My glasses are across the room. This could be an interesting moment. This could be crazy.
We only 2 minutes late. That's all good. It's good.
No, we weren't. I went on at 9:30. Hi, everybody. Oh, okay, cool. We are saved. She's gonna join us. I told her to. We got special guests. Yes. To help out tonight.
Hey, handsome. How are you, Lorenzo?
Oh, I don't know if I have to do this. Do I have to do this every single time? Hey, Lorenzo. Hey, Ace. I guess I do. I didn't know that. Every single time. For Instagram. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Tell a friend. Yes. Come join us.
Hi, Juan Rudy Branham. Did I say that right? Or you like just Ace? I'm trying to make it my best this week to say hi to everybody because I didn't do that last week.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. And here's to you.
All right.
Hi, I am Red Eyes.
I know. Gosh.
We are fucking awesome, dude. Oh, I got a little thing over there. Okay, hey. Oh, hi, Moses. I didn't see you. I thought that was Ace. My bad. I apologize. Hi, Moses. How are you?
Hi, everybody.
I actually kind of like this one today.
It is. It's the chill. I got the chill going.
Okay.
It's got a little chill in it. It's got a little bop in it. You know, I kind of like the little boppy part. Got a little extra percussion. Come on in, everybody. Tell a friend, tell a friend. We want to welcome all of you to another marvelous Monday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. JewCee. And of course, I could not do this wonderful show without my beautiful, vivacious, simply stunning, gorgeous, melanated queens. I could not do it. Oh my. Oh, look at this. Ain't they showing out
Okay.
tonight? Whoa. Okay. Okay.
That was her, not me. I just smiled a little
She
bit.
went all in.
I was
She
trying.
went all in. Is Miss Siren over here out in LA?
Hey, party people.
And Miss Purple Rain right here out of Indy. Hey, Jalen.
Hi,
So,
Hey,
Jalen.
Jalen.
we want to welcome everybody. I am streaming. Hopefully, you know what, ladies? So I've been working really hard to try to get this Instagram thing going,
It's
right?
working. It sent me a notification. It's working.
So last week when I got on it, I thought I had done it. I forgot to push the go live button. So the whole time I thought it was it wasn't. So there you have it.
I got the notification for tonight, just so you know. I
Oh.
did get that you are definitely live. Yes.
Okay, so I think I got it going this time. So just bear with me as I learn all this technical stuff. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But okay.
Woo, woo. Yeah, I'm feeling it right about now. It's just a lot going on. Just a lot going on. So, Miss Purple Rain, why don't you share with us how was your week?
It was great. I am participating in a new pageant.
Okay, wait a minute.
What?
What? You notice how she said that really fast? You notice that? Did you notice that?
I did, but I'm
I
going
did.
to applaud her still.
I'm like,
I
okay.
know that she's the beauty queen that she is.
But I thought she had retired. I thought
No.
I thought she had hung up her tiara. That's all I'm saying.
Once a beauty queen, always a beauty queen.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do. I'm addicted.
Okay.
But this time my title is actually. But this time my title is not for Indiana. It is for Ohio.
Oh, the plot thickens. Oh my. Oh my. Okay.
We want all the tea.
It's going to be an Ohio State title. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's just a lot of exciting
Our beauty
things
queen
in the works.
is expanding.
Wow. Okay.
Our beauty queen is expanding. I love it. Rule all over the world, girl. You better rule everywhere you can.
Yeah.
So, and then Miss Siren, how was your week?
This week was busy. I worked 12 straight days. My first day off was Saturday. And hey, J-Dub, and I am I'm regrouping now.
Hey,
I've realized that for some of us, we have a lot of, things going on and we're constantly going. We have to take our time to replenish ourselves, to rejuvenate, to rest, to relax. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I tried to do this weekend, but sleep didn't help. So whatever. So we're just kind of taking it day by day. Hey, Thunder. We're just taking it day by day, and we're going to regroup this next weekend coming up. Who knows? Because we back at work. Okay. But I'm great. I'm a little off today, but I'm great.
All right. Well, for those of you that don't know what happened to me,
oh I want to fight somebody, just so you know.
Yeah. So this has been a week. The best thing I've always learned about weeks that are bad, that it can never be repeated. So that's usually my philosophy on a bad week. Okay, like what else you got? What else you got? So I didn't have my greatest of weeks this week in one respect. And then in another respect, I guess I could say I had a great week. So now everybody, I am totally trying to be an entrepreneur. Um,
Nope. Say that.
not
Say that
not trying.
differently.
Hold on,
Say
hold
that
on.
differently.
I will. I am an entrepreneur.
Thank
Point
you.
period. I just branched out a little bit. I kind of went a little bit back to my roots because I've always helped people put do their resumes and help them put spreadsheets together and things like that. So in my vanilla life, I'm an executive assistant by trade. And so now it is my hope to help business owners that are just getting started, help them with some correspondence, help them with even if it's just a basic flyer, helping them with some flyers, helping them with their emails, how to navigate. And I started out the week with 2 clients. I am now up to 5.
Whoop whoop.
So I'm telling you, my rates are really great. I have a lot of experience. Time management now is going to be my thing, and really helping people get their businesses up and going, really getting them organized, getting them on task so that they can be successful is what I am doing. So right now I am a virtual executive assistant to anyone that needs one. You can hit me up. Um, and Yeah, my prices are very reasonable. I'm between $18 and $35 an hour. It just depends on what the project is that needs to be handled and how long it is, that too. But you always get a quote first, so you don't have to worry about that. So I can do contracts, Word. I'm good with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, all of the Microsoft uh, tools that I can possibly get a hold of, Adobe. Um, and so if you need some things, some correspondence, you need your email cleaned out, you need to just maybe you're going on vacation and you don't know how to book travel. I know how to do all of that. I've done that on the corporate scale. So, at least I can get you pricing. I am not a travel agent. So let me make sure everybody understands that. I can help you book travel if you need that done. So yeah, I kind of went back to my roots. I'm very excited. A little tired because I have been kind of going at it. Today I did a couple of major one for one of my clients. Cleaned out 2 email boxes for her today and fixed those, and I have 2 more to do. So the next one is the biggie. So I really got to try to get through that tomorrow. So yeah, if you guys need one, I'm definitely here for it. And it's a new
All of your administrative needs,
yes.
JewCee got
Mhm.
you. Like, I'm one of those people who because I'm about to become client number 6. I'm one of those people. I need help in the administrative side because those are the tedious things that they either elude me, they're too tedious that my brain doesn't quite grasp, or I'm oblivious to it. I'm the ADHD client. I'm oblivious to a whole bunch of stuff, I can admit. And she is the person that is going to help me get all of this together as well as get my life together. So, all your administrative needs, this
And
one
it's
right here.
under, just so you guys know, you know me as Miss JewCee. It's under D Ray. Just letting you all know, it's
D Ray
under
got
D
your
Ray.
needs.
I got y'all.
D
Okay.
Ray got
So,
you.
but you can definitely contact me on all of my JewCee platforms if you need my administrative assistance help. And Got a lot of things coming down the pipeline, and of course, we got to talk a little bit about EEE. Can't start the show without it. Um, our lineup is done, y'all. you
I'm excited. I'm so excited because,
it's
like, I
so
get.
when you're planning an event, everybody, I know, everybody wants a lot of information, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of you don't know, not one little thing about. And one of the things that happened, we had a lot of things that happened with Ebony Erotic Experience, and a lot of it we could not control. We had no control over. So but April 26th and 27th, you need to be in Cleveland, Ohio for this spectacular event. It is a 2-day event. Now look, I'm just gonna break it down to y'all. We all know you all about to get your tax returns. Everybody about to file at the end of this week. Go ahead and set a little money aside to come to Cleveland for Ebony Erotic Experience, the second coming burlesque edition. And I just like I don't know how to explain how much fun that this event is going to be, but you all really do need to get your tickets. And let me explain something to you why. We kind of went back to the drawing board, the Erotic 7, after all of the things that kind of happened to get this event on. And we decided that a smaller, more intimate event is the way to go. So there is limited, I want to say that with a capital L, capital I, capital M, capital I, capital T, capital E, capital D, limited tickets. And all the debauchery will go on to the people that get their tickets. Now, already we got the scammers. I caught one yesterday talking about he had 4 tickets that he was trying to sell. You can't do that. There's no way to know. So if somebody says they got tickets to sell to you,
They're lying.
right? It's a scam. They trying to take your money. We're trying to we're watching all of the posts. We have it so that some of the posts don't even make it to you all, but we are getting a lot. I guess you arrived when you know
I mean,
when. I guess you've arrived when. So please, there's only one way to get your tickets, and that's on Eventbrite. That's it. There's none of the Erotic 7 are selling tickets. Because number one, we're scattered all over, and it's very hard to track because we only have a small group of people that we will be catering to. So it's easier to track out on Eventbrite. It's
and
two.
if someone from the Erotic 7 said to go somewhere else other than Eventbrite, that is not a member of the Erotic 7.
Yes, yes, facts. That is not a member, not at all. So you have to go to Eventbrite to get your tickets. People are buying them. We're very excited about that. Keep it coming, keep it coming. And pretty soon this will be sold out. So if your plan is to attend, please get your tickets, get them quickly. And just know that we have worked very diligently to make this event something that you will definitely remember. Let me just tell you who our final lineup. We are done with the lineup. This was very, very key. We had to kind of out with the old, in with the new, so to speak. So we have all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, Lady V and D Black in the house. They will be
You don't want
doing
to miss it.
face sitting classes along
In
with
the front row.
talking about swingers, okay, the swinger lifestyle. So this is a couple that's in the swingers lifestyle, as well as they're both sexuality coaches. So yes, as Siren said, you do not want to miss this dynamic duo do they thing. So you definitely want to be in the house for it.
Because I got a
All
lot of ass and bad knees, and she gonna tell us how to use that.
right. All the way from Barbados, we have the passion poet coming, Mr. Robert Gibson. And if you're in our group, you can already
Ooh,
see some of the stuff that he's been posting. And if you
baby,
mm,
baby.
it is I don't even want to say it's fire. It's making you dripping wet. That's more like what's gonna happen. Okay. He's
Clean
got
up on aisle 12. Clean up on aisle 12.
the baritone voice and
Mm,
the
the
accent.
accent.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Fellas, you can thank us later because you're gonna be able to slide in the home plate, okay?
he gonna get you ass just from her listening to you. She gonna listen to him and be like, "Hey, baby, let's go."
It's wet. And then we have one of the top female entertainers in the Midwest and a pole instructor as well. So we have Miss Roxy on the pole joining us, our beautiful chocolate drop. Oh
Oh,
my
we love
gosh,
that
she's
chocolate drop right there. Don't
so
play with us.
gorgeous. She's beautiful and she is ready to teach you guys, get you guys on these poles and just have a good time. And yes, fellas, you can get on the pole too.
Ooh, I
Okay.
want to see that. I want to see the strength. Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes. Fellas do pole too, man.
Mm.
Make you a couple of dollars.
It's different. It's different when the guys do it. Like it's not, and I'm trying to make this for our hetero guys who, feel like pole is, well, it's not. No, it is for you.
Mm-mm. It's a lot of fun and
Let
just
me see them arms.
keep an open mind and we'll be tossing y'all
Mm.
some money. Okay. So
I need some powder right now, like LeBron.
we're gonna be tossing y'all
Let
some
me
money
see you,
left and right.
baby. Come on, do
We
it for
want to see
me.
we want to see it shake in the back too.
Mm.
Okay. So hosting our event all the way from Chicago, Illinois, we have Mr. Hood raised himself in the house. Ollie Woods will be joining us for 2 days and hosting an event as well as going ahead. And he's been in the group too. Showing out.
Baby,
Showing
baby.
out. We got another one that is in there getting those ladies ready. Okay, fellas, take some cues. I mean, pick up some of these lines. You might need them. You never know. So, yes. He is also an erotic poet. He will be in the house. Locally from Cleveland, Ohio, I have had the honor of meeting these ladies, and they are so wonderful. Oh my gosh. And I've worked with them last year with their event, Summer Kinky Camp, which is back on again in May. And I will definitely be in the house and working with these ladies again. But the House of Kink will be in the house teaching burlesque and doing some burlesque shows for us.
I
Yeah.
heard May. I heard what's happening in May. I heard May
Well,
because that's my month.
they have a kinky camp and we'll talk more about that because the ladies will be on the show with us. So
Let's go.
that's going down in May. They have a 2-day event up in Geneva on the Lake here in Ohio. So it's a
Yep.
lot of fun and
It was
we
a great
attended
event last year.
Rain.
It was a great event.
Miss Purple Rain and I went last year and had a great time. So headed back in May.
Okay, so
But
May's gonna be my inaugural because I didn't get the experience with y'all. But like I said, it's my birthday month, so it's anything goes for Siren.
Okay. All right. So we've got they're going to be in the house. It's Double D Lee, fellas. Yeah, she's a double D. Okay, and is a vibe will be in the house. So the House of Kink will be joining us for a lot of fun. Then all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, we have Mr. Romeo Donati in the house. And let me just tell you, it's one of those Romeo, where art art thou, Romeo. We have another erotic poet, a personal friend of Miss JewCee that's going to take time out of his schedule to come and join us. Another award-winning erotic poet. And he also does erotic sipping paints. So you never know, we might have a few easels. And when we say erotic, it's a little different than what you guys think. Okay, a little different. So it's going to be a little bit of fun in there as well. So he's going to join us from Cincinnati. And then we have the beautiful, wonderful duo that I am so happy to have that are stepping in for us. And oh my gosh, I can't even say enough. We're definitely going to have all of our featured guests on the show before the event so you guys can meet them and talk well. So we have Mr. Sir Lorenzo, who is a dominant. He is a master dominant. Okay. 45 years in the game, y'all. He knows the game. So he's going to be
Big Daddy right there.
And the beautiful, oh my God, I can't wait. I think I'm just gonna stay up under her the whole time. Miss Casey Carter will be in the house. So
I can't wait. I think that might be the those are the two that I'm actually like between them and Lady V and D Black. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
We got so much. And of course, last but certainly not least, my very, very good friend who I have known for over 20 years.
That goddess right there.
She is simply stunning. And not only that, but she's here with us live tonight. There she is, y'all. Miss Yogi Latin is going to be joining us. Oh, God, I'm so happy.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Yogi.
She know I love her. She know I love her. You better know I love you, girl, woman. Like goddess, yes.
Yes. She gonna be doing some naked stuff. That's all I know.
I'm gonna do it too. I want to do it too. No, okay, yeah, yes, I do. Actually, I do want to do it.
On the
Girl,
table.
when you gonna be working? Because you're gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff.
What do you mean? When am I? I'm going to be on. That is working. Going to be on.
That is working, honey. That is working.
I'm teasing you.
Naked bodies on the table.
But you're gonna be front row in everybody's class.
Yes, that's working, honey. I gotta show the people how to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, we ain't gonna get no work.
No, there will be work done. No, there will be work done, but the work is the fun.
She gonna be in the front row.
I'm teasing because I'm gonna be in the dungeon the whole time, so I'm jealous.
And I'm coming over there too. So if you're gonna be with me the whole night and you're gonna follow me where I'm going, you're gonna be able to see everything.
I believe I might be near the dungeon myself.
See, it's like a pathway. It's the pathway.
What you say, Yogi?
I believe I might be by the dungeon also.
You're gonna be next to me.
See, it's a pathway. In order to get to one, you have to go through the other, and vice versa. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Facebook user. We don't know who your name. Tell us who your name is, Facebook user. And yes, Lorenzo, we cannot wait either.
I'm excited. We're gonna have a good time. So once again, guys, go on out to Eventbrite. We've got the lineup. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I want to tell you, I just ordered the nasty Jenga, so it should be here. We're gonna be playing naughty Jenga. I can't wait.
Hey, honey.
We're gonna be playing some. I just ordered it today, so nasty Jenga in the house. So I don't know what happens if you knock over the tower, but I think you got to do whatever's on that block. The block.
That part I do know. Whatever's on the block, you gotta do.
You gotta do. So I know we got some competitive people that will be.
You know we do.
So that suggestion was from Taste. And Barkeep gave us the suggestion for the Uno card. So we're going to be doing that. So we're going to have a good time. We really are. We're going to, on Friday night is kind of our meet and greet and just really, having a lot of fun. We're going to have a couple of classes that night, but we really want everyone to have a great time, get to know each other, so that when you do go back to the hotel and you take somebody with you, at least you've gotten to know them a little bit before you take. We got erotic bingo that'll be going on. That's our icebreaker always. So we got a lot of stuff planned for you all. Plus, your ticket includes all your classes and your food. And we're not talking about no chicken wings and fries. Okay.
Y'all gonna have some good food because trust me, the person that's cooking it is a throwdowner.
We're gonna have some good food for y'all, like really good food. And we're just gonna have a really, really good time. So one more time, go out to Eventbrite, get your tickets. The Ebony Erotic Experience, the Second Coming Burlesque Edition is what the name of the event is. You can actually just go out and say the Ebony Erotic Experience, and it should take you right to it. It's in Cleveland, Ohio, April 26th through the 27th. Doors open at 5 p.m. on the 26th. We go until about 2 in the morning. And then on Saturday, we open the doors at 9 a.m. for a nice little continental breakfast. And we go until 4 in the afternoon. You get to go back to your hotel, change into your burlesque attire, and come back because we have the decadent dinner all planned. Yes. So there's a lot going on. You want to be a part of this. Tickets are limited. Okay, guys? Tickets are limited. So.
And none are available at the door.
Not a one. We ain't gonna have time for that. I ain't got time for that. Just so you know, 2-day tickets for one person is $225. A couple for 2 days is $350. One person, a single ticket is on Friday, $125. On Saturday, one person, a single ticket is $150. There are no couple tickets for 1 day. Couples, sorry, you guys have to come for both days. So,
got a question. Got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Couple tickets. Can we do same sex couple tickets?
It just says couples. I'm not. We don't. Okay.
I mean, some people I'm asking because
we do not.
People ask, and some people differentiate a couple. So
we are all inclusive. A couple is a couple. A couple is two people.
A couple is two people. That's it.
That's why I wanted to make it clear.
We are not.
No, it is in Cleveland, Ohio, Dr. Nas Austin the Fourth.
It is in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland on the April 27th and 28th, and I will be there the day before.
So now we've got all of our housekeeping done. So we are going to go ahead and get into our topic tonight, and Yogi is going to stay with us and help us out because she's like a guru anyway, so she's gonna definitely have some input. And tonight our lead is Miss Siren. So without further ado, we're gonna turn it over to our melanated queen all up in California. Go ahead, girl.
Thank you so much to my beautiful goddesses here with me, and today's topic is going to be on the dangers and the effects of people pleasing in our relationships. I chose this topic because it's something that I deal with personally. And the only way that I kind of know how to go forth in life right now is to really just lead by example. So I'm going to just kind of go with what I feel and how I see life. And I do understand that other people may see it the same way I see it, slightly different. I do understand that life is not one size fits all, but I do believe that we all go through our bouts of people pleasing and may not even know that we're doing it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to delve into the behaviors that many of us might recognize within ourselves in our relationships. It's the dangers and effects of people pleasing. So we're going to embark on a journey to understand how this seemingly harmless tendency can can have profound impacts in the health of our relationships. So understanding people pleasing. People pleasing is a behavioral pattern where an individual prioritizes the needs and desires of others over their own, often driven by fear of conflict, rejection, or a desire for approval. Me personally, I grew up believing that your actions is what makes your worth, not the person that you are, but the things that you do for others, whether you like them or not. You're not supposed to think about yourself. You're supposed to think of others, put them first before you. But I learned that from someone who learned that same thing, that didn't understand that that's not necessarily how you live life because of what it does to you as a person yourself. Do you guys have any people pleasing stories, any people pleasing ideas, or have you recognized people pleasing within yourselves?
I used to be a people pleaser.
How was that? How did that manifest in your life?
I always was depressed and never happy with myself because I never got to do or felt like I was seen as a person because I was always doing for other people so they could be happy.
Miss JewCee?
Um, Once again, we go back to the way like everybody else. I'm the older, I'm the elder of the group, and you have to go back to that time for me. So, always trying to please my partner, whether it was my husband, my boyfriend, my fiance, um, and sometimes at uh, the hands of losing myself totally. And then finding out it didn't matter what I did, you couldn't please them.
Hey, toys.
So it's really um, I don't mind pleasing people or making people happy or doing for people, but I have learned that it can become very toxic when it's just really one way, and I'm doing all of the work and all of the pleasing, and the other person is not matching my energy or matching the pleasing portion. So it becomes very draining. Um, and I know that when my first marriage broke up, I went through, as Purple Rain stated, I went through a lot of depression. I went through a lot of anger. I went through a lot of what's wrong with me. Um, so you do tend to find fault with yourself, within yourself. I think you look inside, and because I guess you just, at the time I was young, I was in my 20s, I didn't want to just accept the fact, later on in life I did, that, my husband was at fault. This is the mess that he created, and I don't have to own any of it. So I think that's kind of what I went through.
Yeah, and Toys just said making people happy is very tricky since people change and your partner may not understand their own happiness. True happiness begins with the person. Absolutely, and that's where we're going with this. Yogi, you have any insight?
I do. I think coming from a religious construct that
Mm-hmm.
was embedded in me as a child, that you serve and you deny yourself, especially as being a female. And I went almost 20
Mm.
years serving the community, serving the children, serving myself, and then being a second identity at nighttime trying to be the free person that I really wanted to be. So I found myself
Mm.
bouncing around in many different personalities, which actually was hard on my nervous system. And so, yeah, people pleasing was totally my 150, 200% in even being in marriage. And what I found was, is that people are going to be who they're going to be. And that is probably why I, over maybe about 5, 6 years ago, I took this whole lineage that I'm going to be open, and I'm going to relate the way I want to relate, and without feeling that I'm being greedy, um, without worrying about other people's opinion. But I definitely had that religious uh, conversation in me, thinking I was going to go to hell in my 20s. What is life afterwards? If I go against my husband or if I go against my children, what will happen in the future? Yeah, and it was hard on me at the time, and I smiled it all the way through.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Right.
You
Never
you
let them
just
see you
said something
sweat.
that was very, very key. Yeah, but the thing is, if someone says, "Can being selfish be a good thing?" I'm going to say yes to that answer to that question.
Healthy
Um, I
selfishness
grew
is
up
real.
I grew up very much so in a very religious house. My mother is a minister.
Hmm.
If I wasn't at school or playing sports, I was at church. I was
Yep.
singing in a
Hmm.
choir, and it was
Hmm.
the children are to do this so that the parents look good and things like that. Not
Hmm.
understanding that what you're in essence being taught is to be fake
That's right.
and to put on a
Exactly.
face and a mask for other people to feel good about your life, which is honestly none of their damn business.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I have throughout my entire life, I think up until like maybe 2 years ago, I I wanted my mother's approval so bad.
Hmm.
And I would stop myself from doing things because she might disapprove.
Hmm.
Then understanding and learning that in doing so, I started to feel some kind of way towards her, not realizing that I was putting her in the position for me to do so. That's where, to me, the difference between living your life and pleasing the other person so that they feel better about your life. It still goes to someone else deciding or you allowing someone else to decide.
Hmm.
You're not deciding for yourself. Thus tells me you don't have the confidence that you need within yourself or the security within yourself. And I'm definitely guilty of that. So the next thing is the deceptive facade of harmony. While people pleasing may create an illusion of harmony in the short term, it can lead to significant long term consequences. The behavior often masks genuine emotion, creating a false sense of connection that can erode the foundation of a healthy relationship. Thus, what I was saying in regards to my people pleasing, and I found it in more than just my childhood relationship with my parents or with my mom. I found it in my now relationship of these are things that I did not recognizing had come from the past of me people pleasing as a child and things like that, and how as we grow we do these things and we continue doing them not realizing that they're taking us further away from ourselves. And I think for me with the people pleasing all of this, I'm learning that I'm putting myself at a deficit in order for everyone else to be above. But then when I
Hmm.
need something
Yeah, they're nowhere to be
I've given and I'm not getting that back, wondering why I'm drowning.
right. You're not.
Yep.
And it a lot of times I think too, especially as women, I can't speak on men because I'm not one, guys. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna speak on the women part here. Okay, okay. We love our guys. Don't worry, y'all can chime in. But I feel like as women, we still have an antiquated thought process. It's still alive and well. Um, and I think it sometimes it is changing. It is evolving a little bit, but um I think we're losing a little bit of our softness, for lack of a better term, or a little bit of our femininity, um, in order to keep our head above water, so to speak, in a relationship where we might feel like we're drowning. So things come out harsh. Um, they come out because we want to scream, we want to. Nobody's listening, and now we're learning that we want to take control. Um, and sometimes I think we do it in a way that is aggressive, and sometimes it works. Not saying it doesn't, because it does. It gets the point across. It gets somebody has to go. Hey, look, you know what? I'm not gonna take this shit no more. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my little red rubber ball and I'm going over here to play because I'm done playing with your butt. I'm going over here and I'm gonna bounce my little red rubber ball by myself. I don't need you. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we appear to be bitter. We appear to be angry. We appear to be um but a lot of things, what it I feel what it really is, and ladies, you can let me know if you think this is it. What I think it is we're underappreciated.
I can
Bingo.
agree because I think that we don't know to. I don't think other people know to appreciate. They're just being taught to get. Just keep going, not looking at other human beings and other situations. Like it says, this behavior can often mask genuine emotions, creating a false sense of connection that can erode the foundation of the healthy relationship. So if you don't even know the other side of that,
Even Oh, I'm sorry, we're having some, just letting everybody know, if you guys are getting delayed, we are having some technical difficulties with the app tonight. If nobody else is
okay.
seeing it, I am seeing it. um so I miss what you said, Siren, so go ahead again and then I'll chime in.
I said that the last part of the deceptive side of harmony is this behavior often masks genuine emotion, creates a false sense of connection, and can erode the foundation of a healthy relationship. The other part of that I saw that Toy said, giving someone the space to pursue happiness in their own right is the ultimate level of pleasing. I have to say I love that because the idea of someone needing to be the person that they are that they're not in order to make you happy is not a way to go, but to allow
Mhm.
someone the space and the room to be them and love them and them being them, that I will say, at least that's my definition of what you just said on that, is the ultimate level of pleasing. Sacrifice can definitely lead to resentment, and sometimes after
Mm-hmm.
you get the point across, there is damage. Um, the damage is, well, okay. What is that damage? How can I ask this question? I'm trying to get my thought here because that just made so much sense. The damage, is it real damage though?
Right.
It could be
Because it
damage
might.
to the relationship because because in the situation with people pleasing, if you get your point across and fix that problem where you're no longer people pleasing, the person that was being pleased by you sacrificing and giving your all to them and neglecting yourself is now going to be upset because they're not going to always get their way. So there is going to put damage there.
But is it real?
And it actually could lead to even more than that. It could lead to the relationship ending.
It could.
Mhm.
um
Not to say
it
that the
could.
damage is bad, because in the situation of you making yourself happy, that could be the fix. They could prove to show you that that person wasn't meant for you, that that
Right.
person was using you. It could help you heal, but there is
Yeah.
still going to be damage.
The better question is, did they ask for it? I'm not understanding that question part
and,
specifically.
and the thing of it is, I guess, too, is if you realize Are you able to communicate with this person? Once again, we get back to the clear, concise communication. We get back to the 3 C's. Are you able to talk to your partner and say, hey, look, this is very one-sided. you know, I feel this way. I
Assumptions is a
feel
silent killer.
um
Assumption is a silent killer in a relationship. Okay.
yeah.
But
And, and
there's another way to look at it too. If we were reared to think that we were to people please, then also you have to ask the question, what are we avoiding in our own selves that allowed us to prolong this type of behavior based off we are innocently, incidentally was taught the behavior. And then over time, we realized that we don't want the behavior and then we didn't speak up. And then another situation is you think about men also are in situations where they are people pleasers too. So that one is, are we avoiding something because we're people pleasing within ourselves?
Mm.
Two, are men in a situation where they're people pleasing? Also, women, based off what society says what they should be, and does that put stress on men? Because it does. And it
It
also,
does.
we have a new
Absolutely.
way, there's new ways of relating, and how can we um, embrace men when they're in their feminine energy, not feminine as in being female and feminine that way, but just being vulnerable. Are we women, are we allowing them to be vulnerable so that way they can be heard also? Because some men are in the same situation as we have been, where they've been taken advantage of too. And then
Yes.
they had to position themselves. And this is where we get the men sleeping around, you know, extremely to the point they don't want to hurt anymore. So, I'm trying to give both situations because it's fair to do that, because I hang around a lot of men that have been hurt. And then
Absolutely.
they either they chose to just do their own life and do their own thing. And so you got a lot of men that have their own housing, they have their business together. And then you have men who are whores and just extremely really out there, and they're abusing their own selves because they don't want to hurt. So that's like
Yeah.
three different things. So
Yeah. I'm definitely in agreement with you. Toys just said people don't effectively communicate nor comprehend what our partner needs, wants are. In addition, do these needs want have any implied actions for you? I'm going to agree with that, but I'm going to take it a little further. We don't even know what the fuck we want.
that's right.
We don't. I'm.
Or we
Juicy
weren't
asked a
taught,
question.
or we weren't taught
That
what we
part, or
need.
know how to even express that I don't know something.
Exactly. Exactly.
Juicy asked this question last year, like early last year. What are your kinks? I could not answer that question when she asked it because at that time I did not know. I now know I have a praise kink, and I'm
Mhm.
learning other things about me as well. But if I didn't know at that moment when she asked me, I'm sitting there like, so how am I supposed to expect someone else to know if I don't even know?
well,
Yeah, that's true.
and that so not only with that part of it, Danny, so much, and that's one of the reasons why we do this show. One of the reasons why I do what I do. One of the reasons why I believe Yogi does what she does, and what
Mhm.
and Purple Rain does what she does is women and men. We're going to go with both of them. Don't
That
know
part.
their bodies. Don't know their bodies. Don't know what their bodies can do.
There you
You've
go.
been told crazy men have been told that if you uh like anal sex you're gay, and
There
that's
you
not
go.
true. Anal sex is a sexual act, has nothing to
Exactly.
do with you being gay, and not to mention your P spot is in your ass. Hello,
Hey Jada.
There you go.
let's know your body.
Hmm.
And if you know anatomy, which a lot of people don't, they don't sit back and think about it like somebody that studied anatomy, the way the body develops in the womb, before you become a boy or a girl, we all got the same thing. We're all
Hmm.
one kind of way. Then slowly but surely, those X and Y chromosomes, they get to working, and now the way that we tell the difference between a quote unquote female and a quote unquote male, and I use my air quotes, okay, I don't need everybody coming at me. So using my air quotes. Uh, but how we describe a male out in society is a male is someone that got a dick,
Mm-hmm.
and how we describe a female is a woman that has a vagina.
Pussy.
But that doesn't necessarily have to be the way it is. I'm just saying. So here we are, so confused, so messed up. Science has told us one thing, physiology and anatomy has told us something totally different, and nobody. And then you got the church that's got to chime in and tell you can't do X, Y, and Z, and then you got the heathens, and then you got the colonizers, and then you got. So by the time,
And a partridge in a pear tree.
right, by the time. No wonder we're so fucking confused. If you look
like,
at,
dude, like for real.
Did you say heathens and colonizers?
Yeah,
Sure did.
you got the colonizers, you got the heathens, you got the, oh my gosh, and you know, they, when the colonizers got to traveling and seeing the world, you know, they decided that everybody was a heathen. But yet and still the rituals that people were doing and cultures were doing were to continue their culture. They would have these sexual rituals, um community get-togethers and community orgies to repopulate.
Yeah,
So
so that kind of brings us to the next part, which is the dangers and the effects.
yeah.
So when it comes to those, one of them we have is loss of authenticity. People
Mm-hmm.
pleasing can result in loss of authenticity as individuals suppress their true thoughts and feelings to conform to the perceived expectations of their partners. And we go back to the idea the reason why you do that is because you don't know your own. But 9 times out of 10, they probably don't know theirs either. So y'all are two people in one relationship trying to figure the other person out, not even knowing yourself. That kind of causes a separation to me because you're wanting someone to know you, but you don't know you. They want you to know them, but they don't know them. So how do we come to that happy medium on that part? The other part it brings is resentment, which is what Toys you said. Resentment, constantly prioritizing others, can lead to an unmet personal can lead to unmet personal needs, fueling resentment over time. This resentment can become a toxic undercurrent in the relationship. Thus, you feel in some kind of way, and then when that person actually learns how to rise to the occasion, you're still feeling some kind of way because you didn't necessarily get what you needed because either you didn't know or you weren't able to communicate that, which we know how to do that because of the 3 C's book coming soon. Once we learn how to do that, then we're able to actually say, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need, and how can you help with this? As well as with you knowing that if when your partner says, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need, you'll know how to be able to respond to that, or you'll know how to communicate with that person on how to respond to that. The other part is imbalanced power dynamic. People pleasing can create imbalanced power dynamics within relationships where one partner consistently yields to the other, potentially leading to feelings of inadequacy or dominance. Now, this part makes me kind of think a little bit. And and that comes into the power dynamic part of that, because when it comes to those of us that are, I'm going to put my foot in the switch bucket officially. But when it comes to those things, are we doing, when it comes as far as that part goes, the BDSM area? how do we learn to yield? Is that advocating for ourselves? I mean, is my question there at all?
You mean in BDSM, how do you learn to yield? Is that what you're saying?
Right. If you're a people pleaser and you're in this lifestyle, how do you counter that?
Stay neutral.
You you don't
How if
really
you,
I don't feel like you really
should you not do that at all? Should you not be there with that?
the
I mean,
dynamic of the dynamic of the BDSM lifestyle is to me it is definitely different than the what we call the vanilla lifestyle. And the dynamic for the BDSM lifestyle is actually in some instances you can say it's a transfer of power, um, because always remember that the submissive is willing. Being a submissive or a slave, it's a willingness to give up their control, let someone else dominate them. It's a willingness. It's not something that is it's
forced.
something that is discussed. It's something that is um not rehearsed, but something that is scripted, so to speak. It is something that they have more discussion. I mean, I have to admit, being in the BDSM world has really helped me be able to talk more to my partner in the vanilla world, because I have to be able to talk to my dominant if I'm in my submissive mode, because he's going to be asking me questions, and he expects in the dynamics that I've been in, he expects a response. So I have to speak up. And when I speak up, I know that it pleases him, and in turn, he will please me. Does that make
It does. So, in essence, and before you go into that area, you need to understand your own boundaries as well as your own wants, needs.
yeah,
Yes.
you need to know what you're and I know with Purple Rain, you're we've had more communication before we actually do things with
Mhm.
the dominants that do things correctly, okay, have had more communication. Not our where is he at? Not our Amazon doms. We're not talking about them. Okay. We are
Some
talking
Sir
Amazon Prime
Lorenzo.
joint.
Yes, Sir Lorenzo, tell us.
we're not
Some
talking about Amazon.
Amazon Prime joints.
Yeah.
No, they're not even Prime. They just Amazon. So we kind of she's breaking up a little bit there. So I'm gonna continue on. The last part of this is the communication breakdown. So
So
the
it's
communication breakdown is the fear of expressing one's true thoughts can result in a breakdown of genuine communication. Partners may miss out on the opportunity to truly understand each other, hindering the development of intimacy. And I think that's in essence kind of what that goes in line with what JewCee talks about in regards to the clear, concise communication. So, and I've been seeing something about this lately in regards to not being able to express yourself to a person and how that actually works against you and the other person, because it's in essence selling the other person short if you're not able to say what you need to say out of fear of what are they going to do this, how deep one how deep is your connection, how well do you know this person, and how is your communication with each other happening, how does that consistently work. How can I be afraid to say something to you because I feel like your response is going to be one way, when that's actually pigeonholing you into one thing, when you are a very much so a multifaceted person and can have just about any response but I go to the negative one first, which makes me go, oh no, I can't do that. But wait, but if I don't do this, they're not going to do this. And that whole,
Mhm.
yes, gaslighting is definitely crazy right now. But again, if I'm not able to talk to you or communicate with you what I want, and this is something that I absolutely am dealing with currently, how do I express myself feeling confident in what I'm expressing, as well as holding space for the person to be who they are?
The,
Yogi, I want to ask you this one really quick, because the oh my gosh, I'm not getting this. How do we maneuver that?
I think when you get to a process of understanding how to detach from the idea of what you assume that someone is going to say, because we'll muster up this idea, even though we know
Have
a
a whole
person is a
conversation,
certain way.
imagination. Yep.
Right. And then instead of being clear and really just truly being and free of your conversation, you have to hold the accountability that you are aligned with this person. And so you either have to reposition yourself or get to a conclusion where the communication has to be open so they can get clear that you are going to be who you are. And then if they're not aligning, then you have to reposition yourself. And whatever that looks like, you have to do that, because otherwise you will always be again put in this pigeonhole, and then you can't get neutral when you want to do these different things or excursions and things like that without being judged or comments coming at you. And when you guys were talking, I was sitting here thinking about um, the attachments that we have to these ideas of how to relate. And it's like, into this, and now we have to speak up in a gentle, calm, and would you say clear, concise? What is it?
mhm. Clear,
Clear,
concise
concise
communication.
communication.
Clear, concise communication. It has to be the new fad, the new thing. And when I say new fad, it has to be where it becomes absolute. Because if we don't, we'll keep having these false relationships and these false relating relationships that won't be healthy for us to be able to be free in our expression. And so I wanted to read this little quote right here from the Immunities from Difficulties from Satari. And it's this: it's neutrality is about bringing our hearts into a place of nothingness, in which is a space where we are not charging our faced situations with either a positive or a negative charge. Basically, neutrality is coming into a place where our hearts is applicable or flexible enough to adjust to what is projected and presented without adding or taking away from the current activity or energy. And for visual reference, neutrality is becoming like water. So if you have red dye and you put red dye inside the water, over a time period, the water eventually will fade away into a clear color. And so if we start looking at how we're communicating and how we're relating without, like, again, putting all these things in our head from our past, we have to disattach ourselves from that and just really be truly who we are and take the chance and take the risk. So that way your hearts can be open and so you can be able to be drama free, um, and let go and take the chance that you might either be alone for a minute so you can get clear, so they can get clear, and then come back to communicate. But we're very afraid to do that nowadays.
Mhm.
A lot of people rather be into the drama or what it's supposed to look like or the gossip of it, or being the third party person and play this role over here and play this role over there. Again, we get back into that people pleasing, but then we're not even happy again. So again, it's really getting to that neutral state. What is it that I love to do? What is it that I like to communicate? And how can I get this person to see me clearly? And if they're not aligned with you, you have to reposition yourself. And that's the hardest
Yeah.
thing. So we won't
And that
people please.
And
that goes to the next part of breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, I wanted to just kind of piggyback off what Yogi was saying, because it's really important as we move forward that we learn to speak up for ourselves and make sure that we are putting ourselves in healthy relationships.
Yes.
And that healthy relationship starts with the relationship you have with yourself.
That's right.
And a lot of people are not in healthy relationships with themselves. So then, therefore, they take the their tainted selves to um, another so-called relationship, and they're not ready. They're not prepared. They're not, it's almost like I'm sure all of us, I know I have gone through a situation where you've met somebody and maybe it's like the second time y'all went out or whatever, or even you've only went out once and this person's talking about I love you, 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 I love you.
Yes.
And I'm like,
You don't know me, man.
you don't know me anymore. You don't mean nothing. It's just like, how are you? I love you. I love you. No, you don't know me. How you gonna love me after one date? But to what, Dani, when you
Love
first
at first
started this,
sight
the
is a
first thing that
thing.
ran through
Love bombing, absolutely.
um I mean, I believe in love at first sight, but that's when both of you were saying it at the same time. Okay, maybe, but this is just one-sided.
Yeah.
No,
And
I know. I'm
it's very
messing with
uncomfortable.
you.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's very uncomfortable. But Dani, the one thing that popped in my head when you were talking just then is insecure.
Absolutely.
I think the person, a lot of people are very insecure, and I always say, I'll let you know your insecurity slip is showing.
I
Mm,
think a lot
Um,
of the people pleasing comes from that. I
I
think,
like
you
and
get
and that's why when I speak of my own personal struggle with it, it's it is absolutely the insecurity that I have within me. It's not in within
mhm.
anybody else. I can say that, well, I'm insecure about our relationship because you keep doing this and you keep doing that. But no, what it really is I'm insecure in this relationship because I'm insecure.
mhm.
And I have to
Yes.
figure out
Right.
why I'm insecure and stop looking at you for that security.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to do when you've been conditioned, indoctrinated, or whatever however you want to call it.
Hmm.
I, this
Mhm.
is this is a straight up journey to not to correct me,
It's
and that's
also
part. Go
it's
ahead.
also being afraid to be alone because
Oh
then
my
you have
gosh, especially if you don't know what that means, or even what that looks like, or feels like, for that matter. I know there's a
exactly.
lot of people out there, they've been dating for all these time. They've been looking for their person, all of that stuff. I am not one of those people. I do
Hmm.
not know how you feel to have not been married ever. We already know where my situation is. I don't know what it feels like to not have kids. I have kids. I don't know what it feels like to not have grandkids. I have that. I don't know what it feels like to not be in a relationship. I don't know what that is. So I don't want to put it off like, hey, what I say is gold. I don't know what
Hmm.
that feeling is. The same way that person doesn't know what my feelings are.
Hmm.
So how do we get out of this whole thing? By breaking the cycle. Uh, one of the ways they have on here is self-awareness. The first
Hmm.
step to overcoming people pleasing is self-awareness. Recognize the pattern and understand the motives behind this behavior. And this is
Hmm.
a self thing. This is not the other person's behavior. This is your behavior within you. Figure
Hmm.
out what are the patterns within yourself and understand those things to know why you do those things so that you can correct it. The next one, excuse me, assertive communication. Practice assertive communication to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly. This fosters open and honest dialogue, essential for building healthy connections. Because if you can't talk about what you feel and how you feel, which we already said this earlier, if you don't know what you feel and what you want, how the fuck you supposed to be telling this to somebody else or
Hmm.
expecting them to know, for that matter? Yes.
Let me interject really quick on that. Um, this is one of the ways. This is an exercise that you all can do to actually learn how to do that. Very simply, write down your thoughts, and just like you're going to give a speech, look in the mirror and say what you need to say,
Mhm.
because that mirror is a reflection of you.
And do you
Exactly.
know that is really not as easy as it sounds?
It is not,
But
but
you
it
but
is.
you got to do it.
Once you start to do it, not only that, but talk it aloud. You're going to hear yourself. You're
Mhm.
going to you're invoking all of your senses. You're going to see yourself. You're going to hear yourself, and that way you're like, okay, well, ooh, if somebody said that to me like that, you can kind of look in the mirror and you're like, damn, okay, well, let me take this a different direction, or let me make sure that this doesn't sound like a big old rant. Okay, make sure that, because if you're going to communicate and you want to communicate, you want effective communication.
Mhm.
You don't want to come off like, and I'm not saying that you can't be angry. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you can't yell if you're mad. I'm not saying that either. But as my grandmother used to say, you can attract more bees with honey than with vinegar.
Mhm.
And some of y'all got tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And once you put it out there, you can't take it back. So get your thoughts together, and then and practice in front of a mirror. Listen
Yes.
to what you're saying. Because what you're saying, if you feel, oh my God, while you're listening to yourself, what do you think that the person that you're going to tell it to feels?
Mhm.
And there are so many words in the English dictionary that people don't use that you can definitely utilize to get your point across.
And I think part of that goes into that whole confidence of how you feel about you,
Mm-hmm.
as well as understanding that you cannot expect you from anybody else. So don't put what you would do onto someone expecting them to do that, because they're not you. But that
Exactly.
also,
That
that
part.
goes into that knowing you.
And the other
Um,
And
and the other real quick, and the other part of that is take a moment, understand. Usually before I say something, if it's going to be a touchy situation, I think of all the scenarios.
oh my God, that doesn't
I
always
think
help
of
me.
I try to think of all the responses that I can possibly get, because you're either going to get a good response, you're going to get no response, because let me explain to you, no response is a
Here's the
response.
response. Absolutely.
No
Mhm.
response is a response. All y'all, well, they didn't say nothing, and y'all want to keep pushing it. They did say something. You
That's the
weren't
response.
listening.
You didn't want to hear it. You did not want to look at it.
When
You
they
saw
said
it and you chose to ignore it.
when they said absolutely nothing, and I think sometimes, women, when we're yelling at our man and we're yelling and he don't say nothing, he's answering you.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah, that's
answering
the language of men. They don't say anything. And Danny,
you.
reminding you of that you are a soul seer. So the soul seer basically has to get alone and get in that recluse state in order to be able to make a decision. So it's engaging intentional solitude for self-reflection so you can rejuvenate and have personal growth. This doesn't mean that you have to separate, but you have to either go somewhere and get into meditation or get into some type of yoga so that way you can maintain healthy emotional detachment. So that way you can have clear thinking, so you can have make wise decisions. So therefore you can introspect about yourself. So that way you can have this inner exploration about yourself, and it'll help you to foster those personal growths that you have. And when it's not clear, you have to stay in it. So either you do it once or twice a week and you just make this a pattern. It's the patterns that you got to create for yourself. Otherwise, if you just keep going around it and you're like, again, coming up with the scenarios, and this is really good that you came up with this, but the soul seer will do that. And so, however you got to choose to do that, whether you get a book and you're in that book once a week, so you can get clear, and like she said, writing it down and then reading it in the mirror at yourself. I am da 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 da, whatever that is, until you can get clear about it. Now, I can give you an example myself. In 2017, I didn't realize that I was moving through for 30 something years, almost 25 plus years, afraid to be alone. I had no idea, but I was out in the community. I was networking. I was doing everything. I had family at home, and then I was out at night, and I was running around, and I was like a superwoman. I thought that was like power. Well, I was really in this narcissistic type of behavior now that I look back at it. And then finally, when it all just went away, and I just dropped one relationship and then got into another relationship so I can be passionate and into my lover, then that person told me about myself. And then it was just like, oh gosh, I'm still not getting it. I'm at 40 plus. And the day I was by myself, I was in my daughter's house. I was in the room crying. She had asked me, what is wrong with you? I was like, I'm afraid to be alone. And I don't know what that really looks like, because now you guys are grown. And then I just was attaching on to whatever I could attach on to. And then one day I just got into writing down, I am happy, I am loved, I am whatever. I did 4 affirmations, and then I had to act on it until eventually I did it every day until they started changing. I am happier. I had to get into not just affirmations, but affirmations with actions, until one day I felt that way. I put myself in a retreat, retreating with other women, and then I moved myself in different new places. And those things won't change until you kind of get into those environments, like, doing this, speaking up, so that way you can kind of get clear. But writing it down and getting in the mirror and changing and shifting environments is going to be the biggest thing. Because if you stay in those same traditional environments, you'll just go right back to what's familiar. And then you'll kind of put yourself in this situation of, it's never going to change. It's always going to be this way. And then you'll feel trapped, and you don't want to do that. And then you'll escape into your sexual desires or whatever, and it may come off the wrong way because that's your escape. You don't want that to be. You want that just to be your freedom. You know what I'm saying? So the
Yes.
soul seer in you has to have that, because if not, you have to see. So that way, one day you got to say, one day I'm going to help someone else see. So I just thought I'd share that.
Yeah, and when you change, I think what was really key in that, some people, you want change. A lot of people want change, but yet and still they don't know how to change. They still cling to the old ways, or they still cling to the familiar things. They still cling to them. You have to make, in order for change to happen, you have to make a clean break. You just have to say, I'm not
disrupting energy.
There's a whole world out here. There's so many other things that you could be doing. Why keep doing the same old thing over and over and over again, and only maybe getting a little gratification, when you could possibly be finding other things that you could get into and really, really live a life of, learning more things about yourself. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut. We get stuck with things that make us, we think they make us happy, just to stay busy or just to stay relevant. And truly, those are some of the things even that we need to let go of. It's kind of like when you go in your, like, I do this. This is one thing I definitely do. Every 6 months, I go through my closet. If I haven't had you on in 6 months, you go to the shelter or to the Goodwill, and I get something fresh so I can feel fresh and new.
That same thing.
And but we don't
do that same thing. That's the same thing. Get fresh. What she say? Get fresh after 6 months. Every week, go into a new environment, and then after that, find another environment. And not the environments that don't serve you, environments that serve you. Rather jump. Like, I'm going to tell you, spirit is really strong. Like, getting spiritual can help you, and all of us. It just keeps us grounded. And I didn't really pull your elements, but just keeping yourself grounded. It sounds like you need to be grounding, chanting, singing, something, dancing. And LA's got a lot of things going on around there. Whether even if you turned it on YouTube and you knew every Wednesday and Saturday, I'm going to channel into this influencer right here because they get me going. So just disrupting the energy. I'm really big about disrupting so you can detach from what's familiar.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You are absolutely correct. And I will say part of what you said, I feel slightly attacked. That's only because it hit home for me.
No
So
problem.
it was very much so in a good way.
Yeah, I
Um,
had to go back and tell you what your soul serious is saying. Like,
I was like, wait, hold on, time out. Oh my gosh, you're telling me about myself.
no, because we all
Don't
have
she
soul seer
always
in
tell
us.
us
So,
about ourselves though?
She knew, but we love it though. That's the part I can't say. I do. I'm not
That's why I just
rejecting it
sit
at all.
here. I
yeah,
just sit here
I've
because
been here.
if
I've been
Yogi
here,
on,
and
she's gonna tell us
I've
about
been here,
ourselves.
and I'm here right now. I'm telling myself right now in Nevada, I'm not far from you, and I've been in Nevada for a month and a half, and I haven't went to Indianapolis, and I had to get with myself. Okay, this year you're going to do this, and you have to go outside. So I got to do. I went outside and I turned some music on, and I just started hopping up the road, doing something different. I was boxing. I was just doing something different to disrupt the energy because I didn't want to go back to Indianapolis a certain way. So people want to attach onto me differently. I got to come out a little different. So I'm on my own self and I'm trying to activate my own seer. So I'm saying that because out of love, it's like we all are going to interplay in it. So it's not just attack to you. It is directed for all of us. That's why we're all here. And this is how I do it. And this is how I see other people do it. It's like we got to see and visualize. And when you can't see and visualize, like she said, you got to look in that mirror and see yourself, how you going to do it.
So the other part of this is establishing boundaries. Learn to set and communicate healthy boundaries. This involves recognizing and respecting your own limits,
Yeah.
communicating them to your partner. It's something that we tend to not do out of fear of, well, if I do that, then I won't get what I want or whatever. Not understanding that if that's the way that person reacts, you weren't supposed to get it from that person in the first place. And that's not something easy to actually accept.
Yes. That's hard.
It's not. Oh my gosh. The other part of this is seeking support. So if people pleasing has deeply integrated itself into your behavior, seeking support from friends, family, or therapists can provide, or a coach can provide valuable insight and guidance in navigating this transformation. Um, I can say that my sisters here on this show right now, all three of you all have definitely been a part of um, my own support system. I have others. I have my tribe who absolutely love me, and I love them. Have been able to pour into me and say, "Hey, this is what I see," and I know what they're telling me that they see is out of love,
Yeah.
and they're seeing me. I know that I'm being seen, heard, understood, and validated from those people, so I can take what they're saying and understand that it's meant out of love. So therefore, I can take on that and be like, you know what? Hey, how do I change this for me, or how do I reprogram, or how do I change this or that, or how do I give myself grace in this
Yes.
so that I can move forward in some other avenue of my life. So that's what we have for that now. And just because I know we're kind of coming in on time, in conclusion, as we conclude this exploration, remember that a healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, genuine communication, and the authenticity of both people. People pleasing, while initially appears as a path to harmony, it is definitely not, can lead to unintended consequences uh, that may jeopardize the very essence of the meaningful communication. So, that right there is what I have for this show. So, until next time, prioritize your authenticity, communicating openly, and nurturing the vibrant and genuine connections that you deserve. And all of this goes to what you deserve.
Yeah. Nice.
That's what I have for this show.
Yay!
I love that.
Snap,
Great.
snap, snap, snap.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you all. I love you all.
So
Yes.
I hope everybody really enjoyed it. It was a great topic. Well done.
Yeah.
Well presented.
Yes, it was.
And it is definitely something that we can all, whether you're a man or a woman, once again, sometimes we do speak from the woman point of view, only because we are women. We're not trying to say that men don't have the same.
We leave space for y'all too. We leave space for y'all too.
Some of y'all go through the same thing that we go through. Your masculine energy is challenged, and we do understand that as well. Um, and hopefully everybody can take something away from what they heard tonight and really start to be able to live your truth, to speak your truth, and to understand what your truth is and understand who you are. And it is a journey.
Yes.
It is a journey. It's not something that you're going to get overnight, because a lot of things come at us. A lot of, our friends tell us this, our parents tell us that, the TV tells us something else. And there's a lot of different things being bombarding our minds and our bodies and our spirits. So it isn't an easy journey. It is something that, if you open yourself up for the journey, it can be very emotional.
Man.
Very emotional,
Mm.
but it's also going to be that aha moment, okay? Like, damn it, I got it, okay? And I got
light bulb.
like, okay. Right.
Let's all be the old man from Coming to America.
Exactly. Sometimes that's that moment. That's that moment, because it happens. So, ladies, thank you so much. It was great topic, Siren. That was absolutely excellent.
Yes.
It was amazing, sis.
And it was fabulous. And we hope you all enjoyed it. And we thank you all for tuning in. And guess what? We're going to get out of here tonight on time, because I got to get some rest. And I know all my ladies do. We got different time zones up in here. It's night time for us all. But once again, make sure you get your tickets for the Ebony Erotic Experience. We're going to have this beautiful queen right down here on the angle, Miss Yogi Latin will be in the house with us.
Well, hey! I like naked. I like naked.
I just want y'all to know, on my weight loss journey, I have lost 13 pounds.
Yay!
Yes.
I'm so proud of you, JewCee.
Girl, let me tell you about them 13
Pretty soon, JewCee ain't gonna be JewCee.
Hey, we gonna celebrate every last one of them bad boys. Don't play with us.
Oh, yeah, we ain't.
No, she gonna always be JewCee.
We ain't losing that much.
Titties ain't going on.
One other thing, in all seriousness, to all of our listeners, if you could please keep Lady V in your prayers.
Yes.
Her mother is, we have a slight, latest report is there is a slight improvement. She has had a massive stroke. And Lady V is in New York right now with her mom. Yesterday was her mother's birthday. So her mother made it through, although heavily sedated. So just keep her in your prayers. Keep her mom and her family in your prayers. She is one of our guests, performers, and she's one of my clients. So, and she's a friend. So just I know what it's like to lose your mom. I think several of us do. So just keep her prayed up in traveling grace as she goes back and forth between Atlanta and New York. So with that said, make sure you go out and get your tickets for the Ebony Erotic Experience, happening April 26th and 27th in Cleveland, Ohio. This 2-day event will be something for the record books. Tickets are limited. You're going to only be able to get tickets on Eventbrite. Do not go with the okie doke, y'all. Don't go with the okie doke. You have to get your tickets on Eventbrite. That's where they are. We have limited seating. We have a great lineup. Make sure you join us. We have a dungeon. We have a dungeon. If you need more information on the event, you can go out to Eventbrite. It's under the Ebony Erotic Experience. The second coming, second is spelled out. Coming is spelled Cumming, burlesque edition. But you really only have to type in the first part, the Ebony Erotic Experience, and you should find us.
Are you coming? Or are you not coming?
Right. You want to come. Come play.
I'm gonna learn a lot.
So
got
with
my Birdman, I got my Birdman hands right. Come on.
So we will be back next Monday night, right?
JewCee tells Erotic Chat.
9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. for our folks Central Time, and 6:30 p.m. for our folks out on the West Coast, and 10:30 for our friends in Barbados. Make sure you check us out. And for my beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous queens, I love you all so much. Fabulous show to Miss Siren.
Yes,
thank you, Yogi, for jumping on with us tonight. And to my beautiful queen down below, Miss Purple Rain. Remember, enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. And we'll see you next week right back here.